evening and welcome to this edition of News Leader. I'm Andrew Todd. In tonight's news, Tullahoma High School students were honored at the school board meeting. Residents can dispose of hazardous waste this weekend, and Tullahoma's TEDx is happening this weekend. We'll have all these stories and more on tonight's News Leader.
I feel like we're safe at Parkview.
There's somebody on staff all the time, so if you need help, help is there.
We are surrounded with people that are looking after us and taking care of us.
The staff is wonderful and always available. We feel so safe and secure here.
I feel safe at Parkview all the time.
I want to invite y'all to come by Clayton's, downtown Tullahoma. We try to serve the community, the area, and we try to help people with their feet and comfortable shoes. We still measure feet. We have a great new arch mat. We have insoles. Please come see us at Clayton's and let me help you find some comfortable shoes for those achy feet.
We're gonna fit your style. We're gonna make you smile. Service and quality at Clayton's Shoe Store. We're gonna fit your style.
We teach Parkinson's patients how to move big and not let the Parkinson's slow them down. I've had patients I've treated in-house that could not even stand up, could not roll over in the bed, left the facility walking with a walker, have come back to us in outpatient and continued their big program and are now completely, handling life. The success of the program is just phenomenal.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Welcome back. The Tennessee Department of Environment and Conservation Mobile Household Hazardous Waste Collection Service will be in Coffee County on Saturday, April 15th. Residents are encouraged to bring household hazardous waste, including cleaning fluids, pesticides, swimming pool chemicals, and more. A person does not need to live in the county to participate. The designated location for Coffee County is the County Solid Waste Department at 2180 Murfreesboro Highway in Manchester from 8 a.m. until 1 p.m. Commissioner David Saylors of the Tennessee Department of Environment and Conservation said, quote, "We are pleased to provide this opportunity to dispose of household hazardous waste properly. We want to make it as convenient as possible for Tennesseans to demonstrate their commitment to protecting the environment," end quote. Since the program's inception in 1993, more than 370,000 Tennessee households have properly disposed of more than 24 million pounds of material. There have been over 1,450 one-day collection events. Household hazardous waste materials are considered flammable, toxic, reactive, and/or corrosive and should not be placed in regular garbage. Typical items to dispose of include cleaning fluids, pesticides, mercury thermometers and thermostats, fluorescent lamps, lithium and button batteries, aerosols, adhesives, medications, brake fluid, swimming pool chemicals, paint thinner, and used needles in sturdy containers. Items not accepted include ammunition, explosives, alkaline batteries, paint, electronics, and any empty containers that shouldn't be disposed of in normal trash. There is no cost or appointment necessary for household hazardous waste collection. When transporting materials to the site, place containers in sturdy boxes lined with newspaper or plastic to prevent spills and cross-contamination in the trunk of a car or back of a truck. Be sure to keep materials away from children and pets. For more information, contact Melissa Burton at 931-723-5139. The THS boys wrestling team earned its seat in the TSSAA state duels for a second year in a row. Tullahoma defeated Sycamore 39-33 in the opening round at state, but lost to Signal Mountain and Fairview, finishing the tournament tied for fifth. The Wildcats finished the year with a 25-11 record in dual meets. The Wildcats wrestling team also had 6 individual wrestlers qualify for the TSSAA individual state tournament. Caleb Adkins, Cody Agnell, Connor Avens, Eric Barringham, Jersey Hendricks, and Robert Tatum competed in the individual state tournament. Out of those wrestlers, 4 left Franklin as state medalists. Agnell, Adkins, and Avens all finished 5th in their respective weight classes at the state tournament, while Tatum placed 6th. They were recognized at last Tullahoma City School Board meeting.
Our boys wrestling team. And so once again, I'm going to ask all of our boys, like I did the Teachers of the Year, if you'll please come forward and stand within this area. As they come forward, I want to tell you a little bit about the Tullahoma High School boys wrestling team. They qualified for the TSSAA state duels for the 2nd straight year. This is the first time in program history that the Wildcats have made it to the state in consecutive years. Tullahoma defeated Sycamore 39-33 in the opening round, but lost to Signal Mountain and Fairview, finishing the tournament tied for 5th. The Wildcats finished the year with a 25-11 record in dual meets. The Wildcats also had 6 individual wrestlers qualify for the TSSAA individual state tournament. Caleb Atkins, and if you would step forward so people can see you or know you. Is Caleb here this evening? Okay, very good. Cody Agnell. Okay, very good. Thank you. Connor Avance. Eric Barragon. Did I say that correctly? Berrigan. Thank you for correcting me. Jersey Hendricks and Bob Tatum. Is Bob here? All right. They competed in the individual state tournament. Out of those wrestlers, Cody, Caleb, Connor, and Bob left Franklin as state medalists. Caleb placed 1st in both the region and sectional tournament before finishing 5th at the state tournament. Cody placed 3rd at both the region and sectional tournaments before finishing 5th in the state. During his high school career, Cody accrued over 100 wins. Can we give him a round of applause? That's amazing. Connor also placed 1st in both the region and sectional tournaments before taking 5th at the state meet. And Bob, a first-year wrestler, wish he was here, who finished 2nd at both the region and sectional tournaments, took 6th at the state meet. Let's give a round of applause to our boys wrestling team.
Earlier last month, Tullahoma High School student Ashley Scott won the national championship in the young adult barebow division at the Scholastic 3D Archery National Finals held in Las Vegas. Ashley totaled 253 out of a possible 300 points, hitting 2 X's during her outing. For her winnings, Scott received a plaque and 12 scholarship offers from universities around the country, ranging from $1,000 to $2,500. Let's watch when she was honored at the last school board meeting.
We have seen Ashley before. Earlier this year, Ashley Scott won the national championship in the young adult barebow division at the Scholastic 3D Archery National Finals held in Las Vegas. Wow. Ashley totaled 253 out of a possible 300 points, hitting 2 X's during her outing. For her winnings, Scott received a plaque and 12 scholarship offers. How about that, from universities around the country? We are so proud of Ashley. Ashley, by the way, is just one of many archers in our district. I'm excited to share that at the April board meeting, we will have several other archers that have competed on the state and national level to recognize. Let us honor Ashley tonight.
We'll be right back after these messages.
We tend to lose our motivation when we have something that's chronic, but you've got to do what you can early on as you can. After I'd exercise like that, I would have a lot of energy to do housework or whatever I needed. Well, I would recommend it highly to anyone at any degree of Parkinson.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
For many senior citizens, life looks like this, but it doesn't have to. When you make your home at Parkview Senior Living, life after retirement takes on a whole new meaning. Daily exercise options, fun outings, happy hour, game nights, movies and popcorn, arts and crafts, enjoying friends over chef-prepared meals. Parkview Senior Living, where you're always home, but you're never home alone.
Welcome back. This Saturday will be the third TEDx Tullahoma event. Tisha Fritz spoke with news leaders Peggy Burton about the event.
I'm here to talk about TEDx Tullahoma today. We are so excited to once again bring this event back.
Second year, right?
It's our third year,
is
actually.
This the third year already?
Yes, we're
Wow.
moving right along in our history of the event. But the event will be at South Jackson Performing Arts Center on Saturday, April 15th.
And if you're out there in TV land and don't know where that is, South Jackson Street is where the Civic Center is located, easy to find.
It is. It's at the end of North Jackson, South Jackson, as you're coming in off of Highway 55,
Right.
if you're coming from that direction. But yes, it is going to be quite a day. The doors will open at 9:30 that morning, where we'll invite everyone in for coffee and
good.
conversation and warm things up. And then our speakers will get started. We'll have a great morning of speakers.
Does that start about 10 with the speakers?
Yes, I'd say start about 10 with our first speaker. I think we'll get through, at least half of our speakers. We have 7 speakers and a couple performances lined up.
Oh, good. Do you know what the performances are?
I do, actually. I know for sure that we will have Fire Phoenix belly dancers.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, so that's going to be quite a treat.
That ought to draw a crowd.
I think so. They've got a great following. They have performances all over that you can catch. Check them out on YouTube to see what they're about. And then one of our speakers will have a showcase at the end. She'll perform her speech,
Wonderful.
her talk, and then at the end we'll follow up with a performance, full set on stage.
That is awesome.
Yes.
Get your tickets by calling Civic Center or going online.
Absolutely. Tickets sales are open now. You can go to our website at tedxtullahoma.com. You can find our event that way. But of course, we're so glad to have our event hosted at South Jackson, and you can go through their traditional box office, their website.
Right.
But also you can buy tickets at the door. I think it's safe to say we won't turn you away.
There'll be tickets at the door. And you've been involved with each one of these events, correct?
Yes, I have.
And you're watching it grow.
We're watching it grow.
And that's wonderful.
So TEDx Tullahoma began with Robin Dunn. She had a dream and a vision to bring this type of event because, of course, TEDx is a part of the larger TED brand, and that is talks that are given worldwide, and when it's a TEDx, it's more of a local presentation of TED. But like I said, Robin kicked us off 3 years ago. Her husband Josh joined the team, and then I joined as well. And as co-organizers, we've been bringing this event year after year.
What impressed me was you said there were high school students involved.
Yes.
How many? Do you know?
We have one Tullahoma high school student that is giving a talk this year, but we have a few graduates.
Oh,
so
good.
there are quite a few local ties. Of the 7 speakers that we have joining us, 4 are either current students of Tullahoma High School or a part of our community in some way.
I know that Colin Sharan is going to be there, and he's a young filmmaker and writer and producer. It's amazing what he has done. It may be out of high school 1 year, possibly 2.
I think a couple, yes.
Couple of years, and still deep into what he loves. That's his passion. So I'm impressed with him, and I'm sure I would be with everybody else.
Absolutely. We're really looking forward to a few of our speakers. I know every topic ranging from, we've got a speaker speaking on social media addiction. We have
social media addiction.
Social media, cell phone technology. You know, put the phones away, I think, is going to be a theme that we're hearing from our speaker.
I love that because, I mean, I enjoy having technology, don't get me wrong, but, you know, when you sit down to dinner and 3 or 4 people are on their phone, it's kind of frustrating.
It is. It is.
And I want to say, get out of my house.
So wake up. Well, we hope our speaker will have, that effect, wake people up and, engage them with some new ideas and opportunities for change. Our theme is transformation, and so, we hope they're transformed by the speakers they hear and the topics that they encounter.
Well, I understand that the speakers are always energetic and have much to say that you can gain from.
Absolutely. The good thing is that we're limited with an 18-minute call time for each speaker, and so it's just enough to deeply engage in a topic and then move on to the next.
So they can't just move into all kinds of stuff. I think 18 minutes is good.
It is.
I really do.
It is. It's the perfect amount of time that your brain can retain what they learned.
Right.
Anything more than that, you're like, no, that's my cap.
Do you all get help do you want to tell how much it costs?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
So ticket cost, their tickets are $25 for general admission, but as we mentioned, these students, we are offering a student rate that's new this year for $20.
That's awesome. You guys are doing such great work.
you.
We're so lucky in this community to have young people that are coming back and giving to the community.
More news is coming up in just a moment.
It's not invoice. It's not MSRP. It's not Christmas Day, although it may feel like it. It's the lowest prices in Middle Tennessee, period. Get to Stan McNabb Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram or Stan McNabb Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac before these prices are gone forever.
The Bookshelf in Tullahoma is the fundraising arm of the Coffee County Literacy Council. Since 1988, the Literacy Council's goal and purpose has been to support and promote adult basic education in Coffee County. We enable individuals to complete their high school equivalency exam, which helps them get better jobs or continue into higher education. The Bookshelf at 114 Southwest Atlantic Street in Tullahoma is where we sell used books, which are donated to us by the community. Come see us, bring your books to donate, and join us as you find every genre of books that you can imagine.
Welcome back. On Tuesday's news, we brought you part 1 of Dr. Chandra Alston's presentation at UTSI's Women's History Month celebration. Here's part 2.
We adopted 3 girls, so our biological son passed away when he was a year old, so we don't have any biological kids. And our girls came like after we were maybe married 10 years. So our girls were 9, 10, and 17 when they came to us. So now that's been several years ago. So now they're like 34, 29 and 28, and we have the 3 grandkids. So I was like the grandmother that I thought I wanted to be. This was her. So she would be baking cookies with the kids, and they would be in the kitchen doing little projects, and they would be in their little aprons, and we would all be like on the counter mixing things and all that. I decided, and I really beat myself up about this for a while until I read Nicole's book. This is the kind of grandmother I am. I can take like a small dose of them, like about 2 hours, and I'm ready for them to go home. And I would feel really guilty about that because the other grandmother for one of our granddaughters, she would want to keep her all week. She would say, just bring her and drop her off. You don't even have to come back and pick her up. You can never do that in my house. You can't like drop her off and not pick her up. Like, what time are you going to be back? So I felt guilty, because I wanted to be like the other grandmother. I wanted to be that person who was endeared to the grandchildren and just wanted to be tied to them. But I'm not that girl. And I have to be authentic. I have to be the kind of grandmother I am. But my grandkids love being with me because we get a lot done in a little bit of time. We play games, we do all this, we do all the puzzles in the house. I mean, we do everything real quick, and then it's time to go home. Let's pack up. But that's who I am. That's my authentic self. Own that. And don't be mad at myself because I'm not that other person. The last point I have here is accountability. Accountability means showing up and setting out to accomplish the things you said you do. Be that person. Be the one who's going to be accountable to what you said. When I tell my team, hey, I'm going to help you become a director of HR, it's not words coming out of my mouth. That's for real, for real. You're going to sit in my seat and drive in this seat. You know how you get your little permit and your parents let you sit on the side? See, they don't sit you in the driver's seat on day one, hopefully. Hopefully you sit on the side, you learn how the gear shift works, you learn how the brake works and all that. Same thing for building an HR director. They have to sit in your seat sometimes. So me being accountable to them means me giving up the driver's seat sometimes so they can go to the meeting with the chancellor, so they can go do the presentation that I would have done, so they can practice these things before they get in the real seat. That's what being accountable to somebody is for me. And being accountable to when I tell you I'm going to do something for you, I'm going to go the distance with that. So even with adoption, a lot of people will take kids back to the state and say, I can't do it. You signed up. You signed up. Stick it out. Stop being a wimp. Stick it out. They need you. You can't take those biological kids back. I bet you that. We have to hold ourselves accountable for what it means to me to be aware and authentic in my walk and my talk and my decisions. It's not for everybody else, it's for me. It's for me. It's how I'm true to myself and build a life and existence I want for me. I have to be honest with myself that my motivations are true, that they're just not surface level and inauthentic. See, because if I was playing to be that grandmama, I couldn't play that role for 5 minutes. I'd be sick of that lady. I can't play that role. So when I'm my authentic self, I'm good. And people love that and appreciate that. We also have to eradicate excuses and actions above excuses. Action should be above excuses. Know when to say no. Or the best thing you say is, my pastor asked me and my husband to teach Sunday school. And I didn't say no. I said, not right now. Not right now. What does that mean to him? No, not right now, but it doesn't mean forever I won't do it. It just means not right now. There's a lot going on in my life. I mean, I just got a new boss. I'm over the DASH program for HR. I got too much going on to teach Sunday school too, and I know the Lord is good. But guess what? I got sense. He gave me discernment. I better use it, or I'm going to be overwhelmed and overworked. We also have to be realistic. It will be difficult to achieve our goals overnight. That 20 pounds I've been looking at, I think I lost 4 pounds in like the last 6 weeks. That's probably realistic. 6 weeks, 4 pounds. That's not enough. I want more. But the reality is, it is what it is. I didn't get here overnight, so I've got to really strategize. I've got to come up with a strategy that's going to work for me. Can't do what everybody else is doing. Everybody talking about, girl, you can drink these shakes, you can make this soup and eat this soup. I'm not doing that foolishness. I have to do something that can work. I can't do anything extreme and crazy like that. And I have to keep track. See, the other thing, I would have looked at that wall calendar and I could have said, it's now it's February, it's March, I'm about to flip it, right? But I got to keep track. And I got to help myself remember what I'm working on and what I'm working toward. Because nobody else is going to keep track for me. I have to keep track of that myself. And it's up to me to remind myself to continue the work that I've begun in myself. I have to stop wishing for it and again, keep working for it. So this Women's Month, I want you to do that. And I want you to become more aware, authentic, and accountable to yourself and to those around you. And I want to thank you again for having me this morning. And I hope that I've said something that has sparked you and motivated you. I definitely said something to myself that sparked me and motivated me because I needed it as well as you. So thank you so much for having me this morning. I appreciate it.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
I had a knee replacement, so they've got me in life care, which I'm very, very thankful for. I couldn't garden, I couldn't do my flower beds, I can't chase my little dogs. I have been in several therapy sessions for knees and back, and that's the best therapist I believe I've ever been to. It's tremendous because I'm able to walk again, but if it wasn't for the care, I wouldn't be where I am.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Parkview Senior Living, active, independent senior living at its finest.
Welcome back. Tennessee is now participating in the National Yellow Dot program to provide emergency information in the case of an automobile accident. The Tennessee Department of Transportation has prepared this video to explain the program.
Immediately following an accident or a medical emergency, first responders have a period where care can mean the difference between life and death. And all too often, victims cannot communicate important information to first responders. This is where Yellow Dot can help. The Yellow Dot program is a free nationwide program open to the public. It is designed to provide crucial medical information to emergency responders in the event of a vehicle incident. TDOT is partnered with senior centers, public libraries, fire and police departments, and rescue squads across the volunteer state to establish enrollment sites. Currently, we have 205 locations across 79 counties, with more to come. You can also request a Yellow Dot packet, look for any nearby enrollment sites, and request to become an enrollment site through our website. When applying, you will receive 3 things: a medical information form, a folder, and a Yellow Dot decal. When filling out the medical information form, please be sure to include your name, emergency contacts, medical conditions, medications, allergies, and procedures. There will also be a spot for a photo of you or whomever you're filling out the form for. Make sure the photo is just of the person and is clear and recent. If you cannot provide a photo, our locations will have the equipment to take one for you. Note that you can have multiple packets in one vehicle, for your spouse and for your children. Only one decal is necessary per vehicle. Take the form and then place it in the yellow dot folder, which is meant to go into your car's glove compartment. The yellow dot decal is to be peeled and placed on the lower left side of your rear windshield. When first responders see this decal, this will notify them that you have your information located in your glove box. If you have a motorcycle, a smaller decal is available for you when you request a packet on the website. The decal is to be placed on the center of the triple tree, and the packet is to be placed in the saddlebag. In a medical emergency, information is key, and Yellow Dot is here to help.
And stay with us, we'll have your weather forecast right after these messages.
Hi, my name is Ringo, here at Barkview Senior Living. They're human-friendly. That's why I love it here, and so does my senior human. When they want a bite, they get chef-prepared meals, and so do I. Movies in the theater, day trips, walks on the trail, and other senior humans to play with. The grass and the grounds are exquisite. It's everything my human needs to be healthy and active. Barkview. A Parkview Senior Living. For your dog's best friend, you.
My husband was diagnosed with a spinal infection. He lost his ability to swallow and the movement of his legs.
I couldn't turn over in bed, I couldn't walk, I couldn't eat.
They were just wonderful in the treatment and care they gave my husband.
I regained my mobility where I was able to go home.
It is miraculous.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Welcome back. We'll take a look at your weather forecast at this time, starting with your weather history on this date. Our record high was in 1977 at 85 degrees. Record low was in 1940 at 22 degrees. Average high for this day is 70, and the average low is 46. Chance of rain for tonight with a low of 57. Showers expected for Friday with a high of 70 and a low of 55. And mostly sunny skies for Saturday with a high of 80 and a low of 59. And that's our News Leader report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday evenings at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. for News Leader. Stay safe and have a great evening.